I've been trying to get you on Muse by Muse for a year because ever since I saw Will Trent, this show is probably one of the best shows on TV right now. First episode, second episode were just bangers. What has it been like to not only act in it, but now with the first episode, direct and step behind the camera and be able to direct as well?
This has been an awesome ride, man. I'm really grateful, the writers, the crew, the cast, everyone involved, everyone's just stepping up and trying to do their best work, to be able to, it's the first time for me. I've never been on a show that started as a pilot that got to a second season, let alone a third season. Directing is always, it's been, since 2017, I started directing shorts and I just love the visual storytelling. And so, it was important for me to be able to direct an episode, and the premiere episode was amazing. And it also allowed me to prep. Usually when we go into the season, I'm in a lot of scenes and back-to-back episodes. So I wouldn't have time to prep otherwise. So we all realized the premiere would be the best option for me. And it was amazing, man. Being able to prep with the crew for 2 weeks with all of the departments of all these people. I could feel like they wanted me to win, and everyone was bringing their A game, from the production designer to the locations to the DP. And it was exhilarating, man. I was like on fire. I was like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't stop smiling. And I just wanted to try to set us off on a strong premiere episode to hopefully, hook audiences back in and get the show going off on a strong start for the third season. And so it was a blast. And, being able to direct my co-stars and engage with them on that level was really cool. And I'm getting to see scenes that usually I'm not in, if it's, Angie and Ormewood, and getting to see them do their thing. And and also just be, I get to be involved in a lot of it otherwise, but this was like through from prep to shooting and then post. So being involved in the edit was really awesome, and putting together that fun fight scene that I loved, and the music drop. I threw in an old school hip hop needle drop for heads that might remember. And so it was a lot of fun. I hope to definitely do more of it, and just grateful that we are getting to do this, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you did a great job on that episode. I do want to talk about your co-stars though. You have Gina Rodriguez
Yeah.
this season. What has it been like to work against her, really play off of her in this new season?
Yeah, Gina is amazing. I go way back with her. We've known each other for a long time. We've never worked together. So when the opportunity came around, I was excited. We were discussing during the break between season 2 and 3 some new characters that we were all considering to bring in. And one of them was this ADA Marion Alba. And, I thought Gina would be just a fantastic choice. She just her sensibility, her ability to be funny, dramatic. And it was a serious role, which I thought was really cool. Gina's so funny and is so talented. And I knew she had, because I know her, I'm like, she would crush this. And she did. She stepped in just immediately, I remember. And it was kind of cool because the first episode is the one I directed, which is when we introduced her character. So her and I spent a lot of time talking about it, what this character, who she is and where she came from, and what it is to be a female ADA and get to that point in her career. And then her and Will, how they sort of first meet, and they don't really get along at first. And I love Will, how he just pours his whole life out in front of her in that scene. He just tells her everything that's going on in his life, and she's like, but I think that, they soon find out they have a lot in common. Truth and facts is something that I remember I mentioned to the writers, and we said, oh, that could be a cool kind of compass that they both share, and they come into a line with. And then the case that involves Raphael, who's someone from his childhood, was a great hook to get Will to come back from Tennessee. But that was also a great way to bring in Marion, because she's involved on that end as well. And they end up working together on the case. So it's been, when you get to work with friends, it's pretty special. And when they happen to be extremely talented like she is, it's just all the better.
Yeah, and you have such a great cast, and you could tell on screen like there's a good working relationship, and it comes off. It really does hit on this show. I do want to touch upon. I didn't notice Marla Gibbs was on this first
Oh,
episode, which
man.
I had interviewed her a couple months ago. It was great. It was great to see her on a network show again, even if it was
Yeah,
for a time.
legend,
Yeah.
legend. That was an absolute honor, man. When her name came across to play Grandma, I was like, please, I hope she agrees. And she couldn't have been lovelier, man. And again, it was what's nice is very obviously she's a legend, but to show this relationship, you see Will and Raphael fight, you see the history, but then you see the love for grandma. And it was just this cool journey that we got to play with, and I'm grateful. It was so awesome to have her.
Yeah, and before I let you go, I have to ask this question. I mean, there's not on network television, there's not very many Latino leads, especially in drama
Mm.
series. You're one of them. What does it feel like to represent like that, to show especially younger generations when they see you and they want to be like you in the future and be a director, actor, producer, and be like just like you?
Well, I remember watching, I Love Lucy, and when I saw Desi Arnaz's name on that, and what that did for me, and what that meant for me, that that was possible, what we could achieve creatively, but also on the business side and behind the scenes. And so, I'm just hoping to just, carry that torch that's been passed on to me, and hopefully pass it to others and open more doors and opportunities. I mean, we have so much to offer as a culture and a people and a community. And I love that this is a character that doesn't portray the typical stereotypes and misconceptions. And hopefully, we continue to kind of show I know what our worth and value is. I just hope people can appreciate it, and get people in those executive positions, in those studios where they can really. And there's so many times I'm pitching in rooms and I can tell like there's just a cultural gap that is not being understood. So I'm hoping to be able to carry that and pass that on. But I'm without a doubt standing on a lot of shoulders that have led before me, and hopefully continue to open doors. We got some great, we have a wonderful Puerto Rican writer that we were able to bring in this season, Rebecca Merga. She wrote an incredible episode this season that I can't wait for fans to see. But even like you said, casting, bringing in Gina Rodriguez. I don't know when's the last time there's been two Puerto Ricans on a show. So, really proud, but hoping that the needle just continues to move in the right direction for us.
Exactly. Ramon, thank you so much for stopping with us. Really appreciate it. This show, season three, I'm looking forward to seeing every episode. And everybody, catch season one. It's out on Disney Plus. Catch up with this episode on season three. Thank you so much for stopping with us. Really
So
appreciate
good to see you, man. Thank you
it.
so
See
much.
you as
Appreciate
well.
you.